raus. Vorstellung der neuen Unterwäsche auf der Opernball, auf dem Opernball. Wo muss ich hinschauen? Nirgends. Welche Kamera ist denn das? Da oben an der Tür. Also ihr Lieben, hier, ich bin nicht Sharon Stone, gell, übrigens. Das ist hier der Raum, wo gleich die Pressekonferenz stattfinden wird, hier bei Guschlbauer. Und ich kann euch sagen, alle sind hier aufgeregt, alle sind gespannt, alle warten sehnsüchtig hier stehen. Ich glaube, der Trump hat noch nie so viele Kameras gehabt bei einer Pressekonferenz, aber da sieht man mal, was man mit der Sharon Stone alles machen kann. Bleibt dran, schaut zu, gleich wird es spannend und Sharon Stone ist im Anmarsch. Und dann gibt es hier vieles Tolles zu erfahren und ich glaube, wir alle warten auf diese wunderbare Frau. Also, bis gleich.
Thank you for understanding the time troubles we had.
Hi everybody, hi. Hi, hi.
So,
Alle drei nochmal?
ja, gerne.
Ja.
Johann, jetzt ist sie hier. Wie wär's, wenn du mich aufträgst, bitte? Jetzt,
Good afternoon everybody.
jetzt. Jetzt ist sie hier. Herzlich willkommen. It's a very warm welcome, Stone. It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
Welcome
it's nice
to
to be
Oberösterreich.
here.
You know, we said we had 8 months of snow and fog and rain. You arrived, the sun is out,
Yeah,
the sky's back.
brought a little of the California sunshine.
Yeah, but you know Austria, you're used to Austria. Life well.
Yes.
Bitte würdet ihr, wir machen nachher noch Fotos, aber würden Sie so lieb sein, dass die Kollegen hinten auch noch ein bisschen was sehen? Gut.
Let's not crush my son.
Hinten gehen wieder und hinsetzen.
You okay, Laird? Okay. Looks like you're getting crushed. Okay.
Kamera hinten, bitte nach hinten.
You can just translate it for me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, aber jetzt ist es soweit. Herzlich willkommen, liebe Kolleginnen und Kollegen. Hier haben wir Sharon Stone und die Familie Guschlbauer und Johannes Lafer, meine Damen und Herren. Ich darf Karl jetzt bitten, einmal zu begrüßen und auch seinem Gast Hallo zu sagen.
Ich sage einmal danke, dass du gekommen bist. Danke, Frau Stone, das war sehr, sehr nett.
I'm going to
Eine
fluff
weite
up my
Anreise.
hair.
It's
Oh,
okay,
very
it's
nice.
okay. Ich auch
That's
noch
very
ein bisschen.
nice. That's very nice. Man muss sich vorstellen, es sind 9 Stunden Unterschied von Los Angeles bis nach Sankt Willibald. Zeitunterschied, das ist nicht so ohne. Das heißt, es ist ungefähr, kann man sagen, 6 Uhr in der Früh zur Zeit. Aber sie schaut blendend aus, eine sehr hübsche Dame, wie ich gesagt habe. Und danke fürs Kommen, ganz, ganz nett. Danke.
Thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
Miss Stone, this is a simple question. How is your waltzing?
How is what?
Your waltz.
My
Are you a
waltz?
dancer?
We practiced. We practiced yesterday
kidding, really?
night. We showed my son how to waltz.
Wow.
Ah,
Welcome.
hallo.
Nice to have you here. So you're a waltzer, you're a dancer.
Yes, of course.
You know, every little girl in this country, on this planet, dreams to be a dancer in the opera ball. It happens to you on Thursday.
Because don't we have a thing where young women come to the ball to have their,
It's like the first time they're ever showing up in public,
right.
and probably meet a nice
And do
young
they wear
gentleman.
white dresses?
Yes,
Is
white
that a
dresses
thing,
with a
right?
little crown up there,
Yes.
and
And they have the first dance, right?
yes, they have the first dance.
That's so lovely.
I don't know if you know, this gentleman is very famous and his wife for sweets in Austria.
I know that.
Are you a candy addicted person?
I would not say I'm addicted, but I do have a thing for the dark chocolate.
Oh, actually too. But you know the Austrian line we have? 1 minute on your lip, 1 year on your hip.
Well, I think if you have the dark chocolate, it's not so bad.
Not so bad.
So I usually have some every day.
Miss Stone, your career is a upside down ever. You've been shortly a young model when you came to New York first time, and your first part in a motion picture was an extra. You played an extra.
For Woody Allen.
Is that true? Yeah.
Yes.
And then this huge career started.
I worked with Woody three or four times.
And you always counted back to Basic Instinct. People forget femme fatale, not only the femme fatale, movies like Total Recall, Broken Flowers, big motion pictures. Is there one motion picture where you would say yourself, maybe I shouldn't have done that?
Well, I think when you work as an artist, it's a vocation, not a job. And so you work in, you have to look at the ratio of success, right? So Picasso has a ratio of success, I think, of 1.7%, right? So any artist does not have a ratio of 70%. Even the greatest do not have a ratio like that. Babe Ruth, the greatest baseball player, had many more strikeouts than he had hits.
Yeah.
So you have to look at the ratio of success of the greatest success in the world. Mm-hmm. And the greatest success is not a ratio of even 80% or 90%. For the greats, the ratio of success is often way less than 10%. So you can't say that you wish you did not do these other things, because these other things are a platform for the learning for the great things that you do. Because work is the only thing that teaches you to become great. So you have to do all of the other things so that you learn how to become great for these small percentage of superb work, right? So I have films that I did that are superb, but I also have many films that I did that are learning. But I would say that I have films that I did that I think are wonderful, that maybe not everybody saw. Mm-hmm. Because they didn't have huge financial advertising campaigns. Like I did a movie called Bobby, about Bobby Kennedy, that had Anthony Hopkins and Lawrence Fishburne, and I mean, we had huge stars in this movie, but we didn't have an advertising campaign. And the movie is spectacular, but not very many people saw this film. But the film, I think, is one of my most superb films. But it's not a famous film. Mm-hmm. So you will look in film history, and for example, you say a film like Broken Flowers. Broken Flowers was a film that made a lot of success in Europe, but in America, nobody saw this film.
It's amazing.
And nobody thinks of this film as a success. But you look at a film like, I made a film called When a Man Falls in the Forest. And this film was in the Berlin Film Festival as a very considered and important film. And it was a film about lucid dreaming. This film was panned in America as a really stupid film that nobody understood. But this film was a highly intellectual film, and a film that was greatly understood by the German audience.
Yeah.
It's because it was a film about psychology, which is something that the German audience was very sophisticated and understood very well. So you can see that some films reach a market in some places and have great success, and then you can see that another film might not be seen at all in another part of the world.
You're not only an Hollywood icon, you're also known for helping women or helping Amfar since centuries. And
Yes.
even when Amfar, at the beginning, when they asked you and you lost jobs, you even stood with it and you fought for Amfar.
Yes, in the beginning, when I started working for it was called the American Foundation for AIDS Research. And I worked, in the beginning when I took this position, I was told by the Hollywood community that I would not get films, that I would be taken out of films because people would find me to be unserious and they literally told me that I would be considered like Zsa Zsa Gabor, a person who did not have serious intentions in my life.
Yeah.
And I felt that in the beginning, when I started working for the American Foundation for AIDS Research, 11 million people were afflicted with HIV/AIDS. Throughout the 30 years that I worked on AMFAR, which went from the American Foundation for AIDS Research to the Global Foundation for AIDS Research, because I went all over the world, North America, South America, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, everywhere with this film, India with AMFAR, places that people were very afraid to see us. We became the Global Foundation. During that time, 40 million people died of HIV/AIDS. That was a really complex and difficult period of time because we did not have governmental support to raise the money for the medical research that was needed. That's huge. That's like COVID, right? That's as if we had COVID and the government said, we're not helping with this because we don't like the people that are dying. Imagine how ridiculous that sounds to us now as a sophisticated society. But this is what was happening. And people were telling me, because you're helping with this, we don't think that you're a serious person. Well, that intellectually for me was unfathomable. So I continued to work with what for me was serious. And at the point where there were 14 or 15 million people who had died from this disease, I was desperate personally, and personally devastated, because I was being threatened, my life was being threatened, I couldn't work as an actor, I was being threatened everywhere I went, people were saying they were going to kill me. It was really a very complicated and difficult time. And when you say my career went like this, yes, because people didn't want to deal with me. And still, I find that my priorities do not always match the priorities of those around me. And I understand that that is how it's going to be. I do not always fall in line and have the same feelings as everyone else. And I understand that that's okay.
And I think this is also your personality, as it looks like.
And that's okay with me.
Yeah, I have a last question myself.
Because now we have treatment.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
can see on television that the ads, that people are not dying every day like they were. We see treatment on television like it's for Tylenol. and people aren't afraid like they were, and people accept each other in a way that they didn't, and they love each other in a way that they were not, that they were afraid about before. And really, when it comes down to it, it was all about fear. And I just don't believe that fear should be our compass. I think love should be our compass.
Das ist ein wunderschöner Satz, kurz auf Deutsch. Angst soll nicht unser Kompass sein, aber die Liebe soll unser Kompass sein. By the way, love. I read in a Spiegel interview from a gorgeous line. They ask you about your love life, and you answered, my love life was like an interplay of ebb and flow.
Yeah, of course, like everybody.
What did you prefer, the ebb or the flow?
Well, I once asked a psychiatrist, what was the difference between marriages that last and marriages that don't? And she said, do you want the truth? And I said, I would love some truth. And she said, the only difference is that people don't leave. And I think that's true, because I think that love always ebbs and flows. It always ebbs and flows. And even in the most loving relationship, you don't love each other every day. Sometimes you decide that you're going to love your commitment, not always the other person. And that you make a decision that you're going to continue to love the commitment that you made. And that you will grow back together again. Because you're going to choose joy, you're going to choose fellowship, you're going to choose common understandings, and then you will grow back together in love. But love will always ebb and flow. Love is not like candy.
And not so much calories, right? It's the opposite.
Right?
If you're lucky, it's the opposite.
Right?
Two very constant, down-to-earth people are sitting next to you, Walter Guschlbauer and Karl Guschlbauer. This is a family factory here, and they do everything in the family business. It has a long tradition.
I love family businesses.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think family businesses are really important.
Yeah.
I think I love working for families because they are invested them personally. When people just own corporations, they're often more invested in, and this is going to sound a little terrible, but they're more invested in their ego. And when families are invested in the business, they're invested in their soul.
Yes.
I understand. Johann Laver is one of the most famous Austrian cooks. So if you want a real good Wiener Schnitzel, he would be the right person to get it. We have 10 questions now for you, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
From our colleagues. Wer will anfangen, bitte? Zeigen Sie mir. Wer will was fragen? Kollegin, lady from the Austrian television.
Do I have a microphone?
A microphone. Yeah, you have a microphone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. My name is Marian from ORF.
Hello.
Maybe we see you at the ball on
Yeah.
Thursday. What do you think about the welcome to Sankt Willibald? by the
Thank
way.
you.
What do you think about the reception and the whole factory here? Your
I
first
think it's
impression?
just so great. It's just so charming and so lovely that people would come out in the cold and say hello. It's so nice.
And the most important question for us is, which designer did you choose for the ball? Which dress are you going to wear?
Well, you know, I was such great friends with Valentino. And we, when I started working with Valentino in the 90s, we worked together to kind of reinvigorate the brand. And we made a lot of changes together. And we became very close friends. And so Valentino made me a lot of couture pieces. And so I'm wearing something that he made me then. He made me a beautiful ball skirt with a fabric that was very Klimt-like fabric. And because Klimt is from here, I decided to bring that ball skirt to wear to the ball because I wanted to remember Valentino, and because I'm such an enormous fan of Klimt, I'm hoping to go to his house later today.
And you're even wearing his color. Brown gold was one of his favorite
Yes,
colors.
and
to
I
paint.
thought this was very chocolate. Thank you.
Very good, very good.
Kind of Willy Wonka.
Ah, very good.
You're accompanied by your by one of your sons
Yes.
this time.
Yes.
Hello. Will you? How special is that for you? Last week you have been at the premiere of, or last week, no, at the premiere of Nobody 2 with three of your all your sons.
Yes.
So it's going to be a family business.
Yeah, it's really great when I have an opportunity, and we try to take a trip once a year, this son and I, and he's on his break because he's studying to be a cardiovascular surgeon, and he's just about to leave for Korea for his semester abroad. So he had a break from school, and I got to have him come on my trip with me, so I'm very excited.
So are you going to dance at the ball as well with your son, or with Mr. Guschlbauer maybe?
I hope I'm going to dance at the ball with my son.
Thank you.
Just one question to you. What was the first thought when you heard that your mother's going to take you to Vienna? What did you think? My God, beautiful horses, beautiful ladies. What was the first thought?
The architecture. I love European architecture, and the buildings here are phenomenal.
Welcome to Austria. Yeah, like Bill Clinton said a couple of years ago. Like Bill Clinton said a couple of years ago, Austria or Europe has history. We are happy to have civilization. Nächste Frage bitte. Hinten gibt es das Mikrofon bitte weiter. Sind Sie so nett? Dankeschön. Das ist ein Kollege vom, also colleague from the Austrian Television Ö23, OE24.
Ms. Stone, would you like to film a movie in Austria sometime?
Well, yes, particularly if I could do a film about some of these great Austrian artists. Because I'm a painter and I particularly love the art of that period, of some of the great artists of Schiele and Klimt and the great artists who were of that period.
Have you ever been in Austria before?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Where?
I was here. I came to the Life Ball, it must have been 20 years ago?
18 years.
18 years ago. We met then.
Yep.
And what is your favorite Austrian dish?
Well, I
Favorite
really
Austrian
do
dish?
love the Wiener Schnitzel. I have to say. But I like when it comes with everything. Usually, you know, they give you the potato salad, but I like when it comes with the sauerkraut and everything. I like everything.
You eat with sauerkraut?
Yeah.
Well, now, Mr. Lava looks a little sour.
No, it's new for me. I have never heard before Wiener Schnitzel with sauerkraut.
Oh, I like that.
With a nice salad and the potatoes.
Yes, I like that. Yes.
I make you one tomorrow.
Okay.
Not sauerkraut.
Okay. Another question. Ja, das Mikrofon sind Sie lieb, geben Sie es vor zu der Dame.
You're a painter. I follow you on Instagram. Do you hear me? Yes.
Yes, your microphone is not on.
Ja, das
No,
Mikro
no.
aufmachen.
But you hear me?
Ja,
Yes.
du hörst das, aber wir hören es
Okay.
nicht.
And you're into that ghost topic when you're painting, and so you're in the opera on Thursday, and it's a very historical building. So what do you think will come through your mind after you are in that historical building, place, Vienna?
In terms of painting?
Yes.
You know, I don't know because I've been sort of channeling these portraits lately, so I don't know. I look forward to finding out.
Okay, nächste Frage. Da die Dame vorne.
Mrs. Stone, as we all have heard, you're a painter as well. Are you planning to do an exhibition in Austria sometimes, or did you?
Well, you know, you have the most wonderful museums here. You really do. And I've spent a lot of time in them when I was here before. So I would love to be invited to show here in your museums or in one of your good galleries. You have great places to show work here.
So you've been to Berlin with your painting. You did an exhibition there.
Yes.
Maybe you'll do one in Vienna in the future. But will you go to any museum while you're staying here now in Vienna?
Well, there is a great, there's an exhibition right now of Monet and Picasso at the at the Albertina that we might like to see. We noticed that.
And the last question, do you still live in the USA or did you buy that house in Italy you once told media about?
I've been looking at places in France at the moment, but it's really, you know, it's a very complicated time, as we well know. But I am definitely looking for a place outside.
Of America.
Okay. Gibt's noch irgendeine Fläche? Ja, der Kollege hier. Das Mikrofon weiter, sind Sie lieb, danke.
Hello, I'm Boris from the Bavarian TV in Munich. Traveled a little bit too.
Thank you.
Sure. Over all these years, did you get a better feeling to predict whether a film would be successful at all? Because I guess that's a big mystery in the film business that no one really knows beforehand. What, or is that not true at all? Like, how do you?
I think as I've been in this business for such a long time, I have an easier time when I read a script and I can look at the elements and I can have a better understanding. I can see when people are taking something good and destroying it with the improper elements, and I can see when someone is taking something that's maybe just okay and adding really good elements and it can work. It's really, it's a chemistry sort of situation where you have to get all the right elements together. And so you can start into a project that you think is going to be good, and then maybe you have a bad producer and they're putting the wrong elements in. Or you can start with a project that seems just sort of average, but you have a fantastic producer who puts really great elements in it. You know, it really depends on how it's put together.
Noch eine Frage? Ja, die Dame da drüben. Geben Sie es bitte rüber. Letzte Frage, bitte, danke. This lady is from a big Austrian newspaper, Österreichische Nachrichten.
Did you try Schaumrolle already?
I'm sorry?
It's green rolls. Did you try this before?
It's, no, I don't eat
Green
that.
trumpets.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because I don't eat gluten.
No.
Ah, you don't eat gluten.
No.
Gluten, yes.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Miss
So
Stone.
it's
Yes.
hard for me to make a schnitzel without gluten.
That's true.
But we can,
Yeah.
maybe
You
we
have to
find a
use
really
a
lava
panko
sauerkraut
that's
and
not
We
gluten.
make it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Miss Stone,
Yes.
last question. Having
Yes.
somebody like you here and you opened your heart, you opened, let us know a lot about what you have inside and also inside here. What do you personally wish your children and maybe your grandchildren for the future?
Well, I wish that there is a future, for starters. And I think in order to be sure that there will be a future, we have to take an attitude of acceptance and an attitude of understanding that nature is the boss of us and that we are organisms on this planet much like flowers and trees and animals. And that just like there is not one type of flower that is superior to the other, or one type of tree that is superior to the other, or one type of animal that is superior, or one cow that is a better color than the other cow, that we need to really understand that humans are the same type of organism. And we have to start to accept that all of the flowers in the garden are quite beautiful, and all of the cows in the pasture are quite lovely, and all of the trees in the forest are important, and stop trying to disseminate in a foolish and impractical way so that all of our species can survive and be helpful and coordinating with one another. Because this idea that we are not of one is impractical and is not the best thing for our survival as the species.
Thank you for this deep-going answer. Frau Guschlbauer, Mrs. Guschlbauer would like to invite her $2 because we are scared that you won't have a chance to see them closer. Come closer. There's one of the grandchildren, grandson.
Hello.
Mr. Alonso? Yeah,
Hello,
he says
family.
Hello, family.
Hi,
And the
family.
grandparents too. Meine Damen und Herren, wir werden jetzt Sie langsam, wir machen da einen Fokus, ganz ruhig, wir bringen Sie dann langsam hinaus in die Halle, während wir Frau Stone nachbringen. Es wird in der Halle draußen mittendrin unter den Keksen noch einmal eine große Fotografiemöglichkeit geben und dort gibt es dann bitte die Einzelgespräche.
Okay,
yeah.
So many people have come from so far.
Far away, that's true.
Is there anything that anybody would like to ask before we go?
Yes. Frau Stone fragt, ob jemand, es sind so viele Leute von so weit hergekommen, ob noch jemand eine Frage hat. Wenn jemand eine Frage hat, der weit hergekommen ist für Sie. No, you see? Austrian journalists are very shy.
Okay.
Obviously. Thank you for understanding.
Munich?
He's a fan from Munich.
Thank you.
Yeah,
From
the
Munich.
picture.
Können wir nochmal die ganze Familie hier machen?
Gerne, ja,
The
gerne.
family. Just a picture.
Photo with the family. Thank
Picture
you.
with you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
So, alle mal hier lächeln. And a big smile. Kommt ein bisschen näher. Outside. Auf geht's. Hier, lächeln. An ihr beiden. Miss Stone, one here, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wir wechseln bitte hinüber in die Halle. Ja.
What? No, 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 you no, no, no. Can you please let this lady do her pictures? Thank you. And I'm sorry, ma'am. That's completely not okay. You can come up here, and he needs to go away. Please let this lady come in. Let this lady come in. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm working in cinema for 35 years.
Yes.
Can I have a signage on this original cartoons of Basic Instinct?
Oh, sure. That makes sense.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Very nice.
Still here.
For Toby, please.
There you go.
So this film will hunt you forever.
Yeah.
Will it?
There you go.
Thank you very much.
You're so welcome. Thank you.
Okay.
Jetzt müssen Sie die Kamera sehen.
Der will nicht sein, dass Sie jetzt nach hinten gehen, dass Sie in die Halle hinausgehen.
Und wir gingen jetzt.
Wir gehen jetzt mal interviewieren, um die Zeit zu gewinnen. So, ja.
Wo gehen wir jetzt in Polen?
No, wir gehen jetzt.
Yes. Where do we go?
Yeah, we wait.
They will go.